Hello, Year 8. I'm recording this video to help you with pie charts. So we're going to look at how to sketch a pie chart. The most important thing with each pie chart is working out the value of the angle. So the question I'm going to be doing is this one. Boris recorded the colours of all the cars at a car show. The results are shown in the frequency table. So you can see the frequency table here. He had 6 black cars, 18 blue, 25 red, and 11 other. Now it's asking us some questions. These questions are all about trying to get us to draw the pie chart. So the first question is, find the total number of cars at the car show. Remember, frequency means how many of each car there are. So I'm going to use my calculator now, and I'm going to add those up. So I get 6, add 18, add 25, add 11, which gives me 60. So I know there were 60 cars at the car show. Now, the next question says, how many degrees are represented by each car? Well, in a circle, all the way around a point here, there are 360 degrees. So I'm going to do the following. Let me get my little whiteboard out here. I know that there are 360 degrees, and I'm telling you that 360 degrees must represent 60 cars. Where did that 60 come from? It came from the total number of cars in the car show. Now, I want to know how much one car's worth. So I'm going to get this down to 1. Now, this is a ratio technique you learned with Miss Saeed. To get from 60 to 1, I'm going to divide by 60 because 60 divided by 60 is 1. And one of the golden rules of ratio is whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So I'm going to take the 360 and divide it by 60. So I'm going to be lazy now. I could do this without a calculator, but let's do it with a calculator. 360 divided by 60 gives me 6. That tells me each car is worth 6 degrees. So if I go back to my question where it says how many degrees represent each car, the answer is 6 degrees. Now they've started the table for me, but I'm going to block it out because I want to show you how to do this if you don't have the table. So let's go back to what we had to start with. They gave us a table. Let me use my square side. And they told me that I had black, blue, red, and other cars. There were 6, 18, 25, 11. Those are the details. I'll put them over there, show you where they came from. I've just copied them down. There they are. And I know that every single car on that survey is worth 6 degrees. So if there were 6 black cars, then I times 6 by 6 to give me 36 degrees. There were 18 blue, so I times that by 6, and that gives me 108 degrees. 25 times 6 is equal to 150 degrees, and 11 times 6 is 66. So those are all my angles that I'm going to use for my pie chart. Now before I start sketching it, it's always a good idea to check you haven't been silly and made a mistake. How I do this is by taking my calculator and adding these numbers up. Remember, we're after 360 because there are 360 degrees round a point. So 36 plus 108 plus 150 plus 66 gives me 360. So I haven't been silly. My numbers do work. And now I can go about drawing my pie chart. Now when you get to drawing your pie chart, you obviously will need a protractor. Normally, they've drawn the circle for you. Now they've done it for me here, But of course you're at home, which means you're going to need to be able to draw your own circles using a compass. I will give you another little video of how to draw circles using a compass, because there is a little trick and a technique that makes life much easier. So this is a pair of compasses. This is what we normally use to draw circles. As I said, I will do another little video of how you can cheat, as it were, to drawing circles, because most children find this very difficult to use. But for now, all I need is a protractor. This is a protractor, and I'm going to use my pie chart that they've drawn for me here, and I'm going to use the numbers I've just worked out. Now, I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. Let me see if I can try and get them both in the picture at the same time. There they are. So they've already done black for me, 36 degrees, which is what I've got it as. Now I'm going to measure 108. The important thing to remember is the middle must stay on the middle, and this line must be on a line. And this one's going to keep turning. So middle on middle, line on line, and I need 108. Now, a question I often get asked, am I looking at the inside numbers or the outside numbers? Well, the line that was on the pie chart is on here, and the 0 is on the outside. That means I'm looking at the outside angles. So I'm going to go all the way around. Hopefully this is not totally out of your, oh, it is slightly out of your shot, yeah, is 108. Let me shift it up for you. I have made a line here at 108, and I'm going to join up from the middle to where my line goes. And that color was blue. Now the next one they've got for me is the red. The red I have worked out to be 150 degrees. So let's draw 150 degrees for our next slot. I'm now going to move the protractor around. So this is my new line that my protractor is going to be on. Middle on the middle, line on the line, and I'm going to measure 150 degrees. Once again, the 0 is on the outside, so I'm looking at the outside numbers. And there is 150. Another check for yourself is to say, well, is it going to be an acute angle or an obtuse angle? And 150 is definitely obtuse, so it can't be this one because that would be a very small angle, that would be acute. Join the two up again from the middle to that line. I'm just going to do it inside the pie chart, and this was red. Now the last little bit should be 66 degrees. Let's double check to see how correct we are. So I'm moving my protractor around again, middle on the middle, line on the line, and there is my angle here. Yep, it's about 66 degrees. So the last thing I can do is label it as other. And that is how to draw a pie chart. So step 1, how many cars have we got? Step 2, we do 360 divided by that number to give us the 6. I did show you how to do it the ratio way. Then I take each one of these and I multiply them by the 6 that I've just discovered, which I've done for you. And then I use them to draw the pie charts. Please play this video again if you need to. Take notes down into your book so that you know how to do this, and then you can attempt to do the work on pie charts. Thank you.